Hello, I'm Roman, and welcome back to the series of the videos Neural Networks from Scratch in Golang, where we're using this book called Neural Networks from Scratch in Python, but we writing everything with the Golang. And the idea of the series is to dive into the neural networks, show that you can learn practically anything if you will dedicate enough time and if you will be consistent. So in the previous, oh, by the way, I wanted to remind that I have a main YouTube channel. You can find the link in the description. That's more of the talking head videos where I'm trying to share ideas and things, well, thoughts about the tech industry and share some of the things from my past experience and so on. Plus I have a Discord channel, so we can, you can write to me, you can share with me, write the feedback on this series or on the main channel, whatever. And I have a Coffee page if you want to support recording of these series. So in the previous chapter, in the previous episodes, I continued to work on the real data sets and we managed to load the image. So if we take a look at the main, this is I tried to load an image from the Fashion MNIST datasets. Well, it's hidden here because it's not added into the Git, but you can see if we'll take a look at assets, Fashion MNIST, you'll see that there is a test in the train dataset. So what we're going to do probably today. So there is, for example, there is a Python version that loads MNIST dataset and that uses the OpenCV to read stuff and return the array. I'm not, well, plus we read about the preprocessing and the things that we're going to scale by, well, image, all image consists usually from the channels, where channel has the value from 0 to 255 in standard RGB or grayscale images, which usually used for neural networks. And we're going to convert it to the float. So the neural network usually works better with the small numbers and with the float. So there is a code how they would do this in the Python up until shuffling, but we'll go to the shuffling later. But I'm going to do this in a little bit different way. I'm not going to use OpenCV because it feels like using the very, I don't know. So, I mean, I don't want to use OpenCV just to load image data. It looks like the overkill. We have image.image, the standard one in the Go. The only problem is this ability to get the color. I won't be able to get just the underlying data, unfortunately, so I have to go through the loop and get all the colors and then put it into result. So basically, load dataset will take the path to folders, well, train or the testing, and it will return the data for the training and the labels. So the label will basically be the number representing the class. So if we take a look at the train, for example, train dataset, you can see that there is from 0 to 9, and it represents the class. So this is what we're going to do. Actually converts. There are actually a lot of the to-dos. So first, I actually need to get labels from folders, folder names, and then go via each folder and load images into memory, and then all the other things. So, and this video will be, just more or less classic software engineering, uploading some files, managing the data. And I have been coached by my current manager, who is the CTO in the company that I'm working on right now, and he tend to repeat, and I think that's true, that the main, no, the most, and actually you can find the same idea in the from the Andrew and G. Hope I pronounced it correctly. He's very famous in the neural networks community. That most of the time you're actually spending around the data, like collecting the data, doing the training. So more like productionizing things rather than actually implementing and creating new architectures. I mean, in the time distribution of how you spend. Okay, so I think I'm talking too much today. It's already 6 minutes and I didn't write every line of code. So the first thing, I need to get a list of the folders under the path. How are we going to do this? I need to have something like directory, right? D returns all but the last path. How I can, I mean, the main question is I actually need to, so it returns the string, but I want to traverse the directory inside. So maybe this one, the returns, okay. What do we have? Walk tier, probably this one. Works the tree root, that root colon fn for each file or the directory in the tree, including the root. Okay, let's try to use it and see how it works. Maybe I will actually do it in one walking through video. So it's, where is it? Inside file path, walk directory, and we have the path, and then there is working dir bank. And what is the type? Okay, so this is the one path dir entry error. So, right? Dir entry. Dir entry, I think that should be, no. File path, most likely, right? No. What is dir entry? Where it's defined? Oh, it's IO. Okay. IO, right? IO, okay, IO slash fs, and it means that here it's fs2. Okay. Okay, so let's just take a look at what's inside. So this is the path. What is the dir entry? What is this? Is directory, okay. Type name in for. Okay, so basically I can do this. If dir is dir, then I will print it, and it should be the same. Okay, so okay, let's try datasets, loads. Oh, this one. And okay, training dataset, right? Make run. But maybe I don't need actually this check, because yes, I think I can take directory because the directory name is actually the label that I'm going to put inside this one, right? It's actually, okay, if it's directory, I just return in and that's it, because I'm not going to assess it. D is dir, and just return nil, right? And that's it. If it's not, no, if it's directory, actually. Yeah, so we have files. Okay, the next thing I'm going to take is the label, which will be, I think, dir, right? No. File path, file path. What is happening? File. So, some reason sometimes it's probably because of this file. Okay, so it's me stupid. Dir returns all but the last element of the path, typically the path dir. After dropping the final element, dir calls clean. So, but will it actually print the directory name? Because, or just the name. Okay, so that's dir. So it's actually dir path, and right now I need to get the actual directory name. Dir, maybe this one. Where is this one? And it's in the path. So the label should be paths dir from dir path, right? And that should be the label. Okay, root path, let's call it like this. Root path, and here, no, root path. Typestring has no field, so method here. In dataset path. Dataset path. What do you mean undefined path? Is it better? Okay. What base? The last element of it. Okay, so I actually need base in this case. I read that incorrectly. Yes. Okay, so we have the label. Don't need root paths. And okay, that will be file paths dir from the root path. Right? But I need to convert label into the float. So str2, no, str conf. Okay, atoy parse pool, parse float, label string, and then what is it? Label r equals to what's this? Strconf parse float. The string is label str, and here it should be 64. And then if error is not equal to nil, we return error, right? And we print label. So let's try. Something has changed with the DAP. I recently updated it, so okay. Log fatal error. Percent train. Okay, why it takes train? Yeah, I'm kind of great. Okay, we have the. What am I missing? The root path. Then we have file path dir from the root path, right? Oh, that's the problem. Okay. If dir name equals to yeah. All of this was correct. So now let's check right now. Log important but not used. Do you feel better now? Oh, okay. Okay, so we get the labels. Then it means that we have the label and we have the file name, which is the file. So what we going to do? We actually need to open the file and decode it, right? So we're going to copy this. We don't need this. Then so we don't need a path. We have the open. Within the path, it will be a root path. Return error. Defer file close. If there is PNG, the image again return error. And then load image actually, right? So I don't need this, but I need OS and I need image slash PNG, I think, right? Image declared but not used. Okay, so there are two things. First, I think I will create a separate function that will do this. Fashion is load image and I'll take path string and it will return me. No, actually, I will return the slice float 64 and then we'll just copy this. Can I copy this? I think yes. Actually, this should go here. Okay, yes, we need to return error, and that means that will be nil error, right? Same here, missing return, and we have image data equal to load image from root path, right? Yes. And then return nil. Return nil. I just realized that I will need to constantly. Can I do this? I will need to reshuffle the mat dance. Okay. Data equals to mat dance, new dance. Okay, 0, 0. data set sets the values to the expected call. Okay, so actually, before converting this into the metadata, I will need to create two arrays. The first one is, I think, images data, and that will be first make 0 float 64. Oops. 0, right? And labels, right? And that should be float 64 and 0 for now. Because I will need to constantly expand it. Here we can this. And what I will do. So for example, if I have image data, which is the float 64, it means that I need to have images data append image data, right? And labels equals to append label float 64. And once we have this, then we actually can, I will write the load image later, but once we have this, that should be, we should create, well, first I need to take number of the samples, right? Sample images count, that should be length from images data. If images count is not equal to length of the labels, return error. Can I return error as a string? Error. And here the same error, and so that will be nil error, right? And for now that's nil error. Inconsistency between images number and labels. How I can create the error? I can create, right? Okay. Create. Maybe in guides, errors. Boom, boom, boom. Create. Errors, new. Like this. Which one? This one. Then it means I have the images count, and I have basically if images count equals to 0, then empty data set. then image, what's called data len is len of images data. It's the first one. So what do we do? And I guess I will need to, oh, but I can allocate the data, and that will be new dense as number of the rows is the image count, data len, and nil to allocate, and labels results data, results labels, new dense, and we have the images count 1 nil. So that will be results data, results labels, right? Results labels, and okay, for I equal to 0, I less than images count I plus plus, right? So what do I do? Well, the first result labels at I0, and that will be labels this one, right? Why it's too many arguments? Because it's set, right? And then result data set at I. Well, it's not that set row I, and then we will take images data I. Looks correct, right? Okay, so what do we do now? We need to allocate the array that will hold image data. So what do I need to do? Do I have something like a bounds? And bounds should return me min max point. Bounds return the domain for which add can return non-zero card. The bounds do not necessarily contain the point 0.0. Max X and Y. Okay, so but rows equals to image bounds max rows, I think this is Y, and calls should be X and Y. All right, rows is for the X. And what it means: for I equal to 0, I less than rows I plus plus, or no. For J 0, J less than calls J plus plus, right? What do we do? What we need to do? Well, first we need to create the data which will make float 64 by this size rows multiplied by the calls, because we will convert it into one-dimensional array. And then data I multiplied by rows plus j equals to image at ij RGB returns RGB equals to this RGBA expected selector and okay, this is what we're going to do. We have the float 64 from the arm, not sure if it's the correct value. Then what we're going to do, we're going to reprocess it right away, which should be this one. So we minus this one, and then we divide it by 255, and that's how we get values from -1 to 1. So that should be data nil, right? Where is the error? Okay. The only thing, yeah, we'll need to do is the reshuffle, but let's take a look if it's not crashing. It's loaded too fast. Okay. Actually not reading the errors. Right. Training data set. So that will be data target error equal to this, right? Okay, so for this one I'm not interested in. Log fatal if we have the error. Empty data set. Nice. Nil error. Okay. Yes, it's directory, right? But okay. Print println root path and t fmt println loading image paths. Okay. Okay. And okay, label. Right. Targets, and for example, print mat form formatted and targets. Wait, what? If error nil, yeah. Okay. Okay, and if we have the data, well, I will print it, but it should be a lot of the data. But just to take a look that it has some, there are some different Okay. Okay, there is only one thing that's maybe I did something incorrect here, but I need to check. So the only thing I need to check values, because it looks like they are not correct, because we're working with the RGBA, but the image is grayscale and I have no idea how it loads it in the Go, so I will need to check. But so far looks like the correct loading of the dataset apart from these values. So I will start from this. I will check this in the next video, and we'll continue with preparing, dataset more with the reshuffling and all the things that will be in the future. Okay, thank you for watching, and I see you tomorrow. Bye bye.